Breaking news for you. Breaking news from the Amhara region, where the Ethiopian military is bringing in heavy weapons and other military armament into the Amhara region. Two reports we have received from two airports in the Amhara region showing that large scale mobilization of the Ethiopian military equipment is happening into the Amhara region from other parts of Ethiopia. Is military going to launch a major attack on Fano? Details for you in this video. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. Some viewers raised very valid questions in last night's live chat. Uh, they said, Sajid, why is that drone strikes are not being carried out as frequently in the Amhara region as they were conducted 2 years ago? Fano has inflicted heavy losses on ENDF, but still no uh, urgency shown by the ENDF to dislodge Fano from key positions in the Amhara region. What is happening? Is military weak? Is military gearing up for something big? What is military strategy? Well, before I share the two exclusive pieces of information about arrival of heavy weapons and other armaments into the Amhara region, I want to tell you one thing, and that is about Ethiopian military. The image which the Ethiopian military has been building in recent months, that ENDF is very strong, that ENDF is unmatchable in Africa, that Ethiopian National Defense Force can easily counter internal, external threats. Jula Field Marshal has been saying Fano and Ola are not a national level threat. They are just a group of criminals, groups of criminals, and they can easily be fixed. And that ENDF is a very modern and professional military. Journals have been saying that they have established a new military, that EPRDF era military was not professional. It was dominated by one ethnic group, Tigrayans. But now a highly professional military has been established with a very strong air force. This is what the narrative has been in recent months. The narrative has been shattered. Fano's offensive in Wollo has shattered the narrative. Pictures, videos coming out from Wollo are embarrassing for the Prime Minister, for the military. Military has been directed to reclaim its image, to launch a major attack on Fano, firstly. The military is not sleeping. Military wants to come up with a surprise plan, just like Fano carried out a surprise attack in Wollo. No one was expecting that. Element of surprise was the main element, and ENDF suffered losses. Now, ENDF is not sleeping. Two developments we confirmed. Firstly, in Kambolcha, several flights have been tracked. Military cargo planes landed in Kambolcha in the last 3 to 4 days. Artillery pieces have been seen on their way from Kambolcha to Dassi. Firstly, Kambolcha airport is being used for the delivery of heavy weapons. Use of airport makes sense. Why? Because it's difficult. It's gradually becoming difficult to use roads to send weapon supplies to the Ethiopian National Defense Force in Wollo. In last night's live chat, I mentioned that several places on A2 highway are now under Fano control. I mentioned Karakore in last night's live chat. Karakore is very strategic. Again, I'm saying because I covered war and I remember we made videos about Karakore when Tigray fighters were here. It's very strategic place, high place, right on the road, under Fano control. And we know what is happening in Voldia, Marsa under Fano control. If Marsa and Karakore are under Fano control, it means that entire A2 highway, all the way from Voldia to Debre Birhan is under Fano control. It has been cut off. Military cannot use it. Military can only, and Gashina to Voldia road under Fano control. So the road remaining for military to receive supplies is through Afar region. That is why airport being used. Firstly, Kambolcha Airport. Secondly, Bahirdar Airport. Again, several cargo flights, military cargo flights have been confirmed on Bahirdar Airport. Now, it's difficult to say which types of weapons are being brought in the Amhara region. Drone control stations, more drone control stations being established, are heavy weapons being brought into the region. It's difficult to actually to get information about the exact number and exact pieces of equipment, types of equipment which are being brought into the region, but several sources which I trust, they're confirming that Ethiopian military is bringing in lots of heavy weapons in the Amhara region, firstly. Secondly, Ethiopian Air Force reportedly is going to launch now a deadly air campaign in the region. Wollo is going to be the center of this air campaign because Wollo is the place where Ethiopian military has suffered losses. And you will see drone strikes, airstrikes in Wollo, North Wollo, South Wollo. What I fear is that civilians could be killed too. Because whenever drone strikes and airstrikes are conducted, there is always collateral damage. No matter how precise the strikes are, civilians die too. Because these Fano fighters, generally, they are in schools, in health centers, in churches. Yes, they are in forests too. They are in countryside as well, but they are in towns and cities too. Their entry in towns and cities, their presence in towns and cities is a pain in the side of the Ethiopian military. The military wants to dislodge them from main towns, from main roads. It means that if drone strikes and airstrikes are conducted, the sites in towns and cities will be hit. Schools, hospitals. We have already seen two civilian sites hit. A health center was hit in Sanka, and in Lasta, a secondary school was hit. So and in Sanka, some civilians were killed too, who were there at the health center. So Fano fighters were also receiving medical care there at Sanka Health Center. That is why I fear that if this major operation starts and air campaign intensifies against Fano fighters, civilians could be killed. That is why people in the Amhara region should be careful. They should not be in the areas where Fano fighters are based. If they know that Fanos are based in a school, in a hospital, in a church, they should move away from those areas. Question, viewers, is will this new offensive succeed or not? Because Ethiopian military has launched several offensives on Fano. Even state of emergency was imposed in Amhara region in 2023. And you know that under the state of emergency, military has immense powers. It can just kill anyone. No uh, accountability. And military killed people in large numbers in uh, 2023 without any legal proceedings. Military never faced any legal proceedings in 2023 when people were killed. People are arrested. Hundreds are in prisons in the Amhara region, arrested under the state of emergency in 2023. So military had immense powers. No state of emergency in the region, but military still has immense powers. Will this new operation succeed? I think it's too early to say. Let's wait for it to start. It's going to start, I think, soon. Thanks for watching.